Oh, I'm in the middle of them. America in the Morning has two great new co-hosts, John and Kiran, and John is in Washington. When are you two ever going to be together, John?
No, this is going to be a long-distance relationship as long as we both shall live, Larry. We figure a lot of people do it. We're going to try really hard to make it work.
I'm honored that you're wearing the suspenders, and so is Kiran. Did you want America in the Morning?
Well, I was thrilled when they said they were going to give me the opportunity. I was just thrilled to be here, and then I'm used to waking up early, so I think it's great.
I mean, when you came over and you were looking at the landscape of CNN, was there something you earmarked?
Yeah, I just said, what's going on in that 9 p.m. time slot? Because I feel like I would be great in an interview format, and they'd bring famous people on, and they told me that was taken.
You'll never be back. John, what did you think of this switch for you?
It's going back to where I was about 12 years ago, Larry. I did morning television from about 1990 until the summer of 1994, both in Canada, which is where I was born, though I'm American now, and in New York for CBS television. So it's back to my roots. You know, my alarm clock is very glad to be paid attention to again.
Now, you worked with Kiran a couple times before, right?
Mm-hmm.
How
Absolutely.
did that match work to you?
She's somebody who I clicked with immediately. I worked with Meredith Vieira at CBS back in 1992, and I've worked with a lot of people. And Kiran is so much like Meredith in terms of her ability to just be able to communicate with people, and a lot of fun to be around as well. And one of the problems I had working with Meredith was I was laughing so hard most of the time I could barely read the news. Kiran and I clicked immediately, and it's a great relationship, and we're going to try to make it last by never actually being in the same place at the same time.
Because you secretly despise each other, and that'll make it work in television.
He's great. We had a really fun time. We went to a lunch together a week ago, and I ordered the steak and fries, and he was eating the Cobb salad, and he said, "What's wrong with this picture?" And I said, "I guess you're just healthier than I am."
Can I tell you something, Larry? You've got to love a woman in New York who sits down at lunch and orders a hanger steak with fries, cream spinach with huge bacon bits on the top.
He was paying.
And looks this trim. Did you... One of the toughest parts about morning television is that you don't get 20-minute interviews. So you have to know your stuff and get in and out quickly. Is that hard for you?
No, I think it's great because the beauty of morning television is that we have 3 hours to touch on so many different topics.
But you don't get 20-minute interviews.
No, you're right. It is a live format, and usually you do go a little faster than you would, let's say, for you. I mean, you have an hour with Oprah tonight, so you're going to find out a lot more about her than we would. But I think that in the morning, people don't have an hour necessarily to sit around either. So hopefully they can get everything that they need to know about the day and be on their way.
A lot of famous newsmen have worked mornings. John, what comes to mind is John Chancellor, Tom Brokaw. Is this stepping towards someone else, or are you towards something else, or are you looking at this forever?
Well, what I'm really looking at, Larry, is to do this long enough so that when that 9 p.m. slot does or doesn't open up. Now, Larry, this is the morning. I love morning television. I love being up when the sun comes up, starting a brand new day. So if I'm here for the rest of my life, if that 9 p.m. slot never opens up, I'll be very happy.
Well, do you expect to really move to New York?
I don't know. I think we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how things go. I think that there's a lot of room for politics in the morning, and being here in Washington, it's the center of gravity of everything political in this nation. And with the presidential campaign coming up, what better place to be? I'd like to see us in the studio together if we can tolerate each other for longer than 30 seconds at a time. But we'll see how things go.
We need him up here now
that,
and
right?
then. Absolutely.
What does John Klein say? The Master Domo. Has anyone said to him?
Hey, we're out of time, aren't we? We're out of time, I think, here.
No, I mean, this is why Larry's been around as long as he is, right? He's gonna cut right to the chase.
Do you think you should be paired in the same place?
I think we're gonna see how it goes. But I would love to actually have John up here at least a couple times a week. Maybe we'll split it like that.
This studio, John, you've been in the New York studio, have you not?
I have many times, Larry.
This could be converted into a major bowling alley.
Couldn't it, though? It's here.
This is the world's largest studio.
And that's always an idea, but hopefully for now it will stay as the American morning studio.
Oh, no, it'll always will be, but what I'm saying is, having this much space, does that give you any feeling of informality?
You know, I'm still figuring things out. All I know is we brought these chairs just for you.
This
because
is
I've
just
never
a
seen them
glimpse
before.
of it. These chairs are
it's a
new.
Huge studio, yeah. And I got to tell you that forget everything else I've ever done in my career. I can now finally say I was interviewed by Larry King.
Oh, stop.
So it could all end today.
John, what's going to happen at that hearing today?
The hearing's actually tomorrow, Larry, with Gonzalez, and he's going to have a tough time. There's no question about that. Senator Schumer is gunning for him, and Senator Arlen Specter on the Republican side wants some answers, and he's going to ask some very pointed questions to get those answers. If Gonzalez performs reasonably well, he'll probably keep his job, but if he puts in another sort of deer-in-the-headlights performance like he did at that press conference several weeks ago, then it could be pretty dicey for him.
I'm proud to be with both of you on this historic morning for you and the beginning of this historic week for me. And thanks so much for giving me the time.
Larry, happy 50th. That's just an incredible accomplishment.
Those suspenders look great, John. You too, Karen.
Thank you. Come back anytime. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.